Hi there guys, this is Cassandra. I'm a Riffle on Time and I'm so glad you're here. Today we are talking deck interview spreads and I'm going to share with you my deck interview spread, and I'm going to try to be good about making a blog post that I can link in this video so you can see the visual. I'll try to make up a little picture of it, and I'll do a little posty post. So I want to show you kind of how it ends up looking and what I end up doing and kind of just the vibes. I was talking to someone recently about a deck interview spread who has been doing tarot for quite some time, and they've never even thought of doing it, and I realized that one of the only reasons I knew was because someone told me. So in case you want to start doing one and this is some helpful information, this is one of my favorite ways to connect with a new deck. And I might just do a whole video about that too, as different ways to connect and reconnect with a deck if you are interested in that. But this is one of said ways, and this is kind of along the lines of my working with my deck. So this is an example of the deck interview spread. So my current deck interview spread starts with tell me about yourself in one card. So I literally thought of it when I made this spread. I thought of sitting down and interviewing someone. I used to manage, I kind of still do sometimes, but I manage at a pizza place. And so I've done many interviews. And one of the first things is you usually start off with a tell me about yourself, kind of vibe. And this was a tell me about yourself, but in one card. I just, what's the overall vibe here? Then I have what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? I also have how are we meant to work together, which I enjoy a lot. What do you need from me for us to both work best together? And then what is the outcome or lesson we are working, towards? So that's my 6 cards. And I actually am using a deck that I have not, hopefully I'll have the deck haul up, but I ended up finally getting Zekes Arcana because it's going out of print, and I've had enough people warn me at this point, and I'm just gonna, I needed it. I couldn't wait any longer because I don't want to be in that situation again. But I wanted to say hi, hello, new deck. What's it up? What's up? Let's talk. Let's share some time together. And so I started doing this in actually an Instagram video, live thing that I did for my members only. And I started to tell them about me getting this deck a little early, and I pulled the first card. I was I'll just pull the first card of my deck interview spread, and then I'll do the rest later in a YouTube video. So here we are finishing that. But the first card I pulled was tell me about yourself in one card, and I pulled the 5 of Pentacles or 5 of Coins in this deck and had a little laugh at first because I'm oh, what? That is a bizarre card. But something I really always suggest, and that I do always myself, is if there is a guidebook with your deck, look at the actual guidebook, because that's the closest I feel you can get to a deck speaking directly to you about what it means. And if you're doing daily readings, that's different. You can read intuitively, I love to, but I'm asking this deck questions about itself, and I'm interviewing it, so I want to hear the most authentic voice of it. And I think since the creator made the deck, you know what I mean, and the guidebook, usually at least, that was the best way to get the language of the deck. It's again a little, it's answering the question. So question 2 is strengths, and we got a natural leader with a bold vision for the world. We love that. That is a perfect answer for strengths. What are your weaknesses? And this is where we got strength, which feels, again, kind of almost a little cheeky to me. What are your weaknesses? Strength. So I want to look in the guidebook, obviously, but it could also be, I was like, what I just heard in the immediate download of information is that my strength could also be my weakness. So this deck's strength of a bold vision and like the leader vibe could also be its weakness, but I want to hear what the strength has. So they always asked her how she controlled that beast. If only they knew that beast was her friend. The big cat made her feel powerful, and in turn she claimed it. People think fighting and beating your chest is strength, but that's just for show. Calmly guiding your rawless feelings and meeting them with kindness, that's true strength. So maybe, so I'm giving the vibes of, so strength could also be weakness from the original, but also this like idea of what strength is for this deck could be misguided. Okay, that's what I'm going with. King of Swords for how are we meant to work together? Let's see. I like that. Someone with intellectual authority who brings mental clarity to the world around them. So how are we meant to work together? I think the mental clarity. I think it's our work together is to find that, especially like with the bold vision, clarity makes sense to me. Then we have, what do you need from me for us to work best together? And I have the moon, and the moon felt like being able to look at the dark side of myself too, and like sit with both. But okay, so the moon, the lake was black as ink. Oh, did I show you? The lake was black as ink. A crusty, unknowable thing emerged. It left oil stains on the grass as it fumbled toward something. The dog barked. It moves and lives, but it's not like us. The wolf snarled. I can't and won't eat it. Only the moon smiled. Her light revealed the merlot and apricot hues of the creature's shell. It will recede soon, but look how it shimmers. Look how it tries. The dog, the wolf, and the lobster, and the moon, they all represent your mind. On days where the moonlight shines extra bright, dark and slimy things will emerge from your subconscious. Things you didn't even know were there. The ego, dog and wolf, might bark in disgust, but your higher consciousness, the moon, should pay attention to these prehistoric thoughts. What could they signify? Yeah, it felt like very being able to look at like things for what they are, dark or light. So I do, what do you need from me? Being able to face dark or light. I'll just put that. Pay attention to thoughts. Also felt important. And then last, we have, what is the outcome or lesson we are working towards? And we have the Four of Wands. I think that it's actually pretty cool that it feels like there's a good balance of majors and minors in this, which I really do love. The Four of Wands is about rest though, which, well, at least usually in my head. Oh yeah, it's celebration too. So a sense of peace or rest, a homecoming that warrants celebration. So what is the outcome or lesson we're working towards? Maybe coming home to myself and I'm going to put peacefulness. I like it. I think this has been very helpful, and I always find that when I do a deck interview spread, I feel like I do have a better idea of like the deck, the energy of the deck, what it wants to do, what our goal is. And I think it's been a long time since I sat down and wrote down a deck interview, but I used to actually do that for every deck. I would, and you know what I would love to do? I would love to do that, get like one of my notebooks that I've, never put anything in. I have so many notebooks that are just open, and then just start going one by one through my collection and doing the deck interview spread for it. And then I love that idea. I really love that idea. That'd be really cool too, because I could also kind of categorize them in like what kind of deck they are and like what they're doing. I could really see how many overlaps and stuff too. Oh my gosh, I love that idea. We're gonna have to keep tabs on that. I think I might do a deck interview spread for every single deck I have. I might be crazy enough. And like that could be easy, something I do like every once in a blue moon, like every once in a while. I could even turn it into like a journal situation, like have its own, again, like notebook. I love that idea. Thanks for hanging out with me.